I had a very scary dream 2 nights ago, and it was a nightmare of myself being buried alive. And I could still remember the fear and the feeling of being trapped in that place underground. And I was screaming for help, and it was just a complete scary feeling. And when I woke up, I had that revelation that a lot of times we are doing this to ourselves. We are burying ourselves alive. We are sending ourselves into that slow death every single time when we choose to get the approval of someone else over our own voice inside of us. Every single time we choose to accept their approval and reject ourselves, we are sending ourselves into that slow death. Each time, we are burying ourselves alive. And what we don't realize is that most of the times, we are so abusive. We are such an abusive parent to our inner child. Because we could prioritize the approval of others, trying to get acknowledgement from others, from the world, trying to fit in the world, and pretend as if we don't hear this voice inside of us that has been screaming at us to be heard, to be seen, to be approved, to be accepted. So many times we choose the world over ourselves. And all the more that we keep doing this years after year, all the more that we are burying ourselves so deep down that eventually we'll lose ourselves completely. And there is a real fear that we should have. The fear that we no longer are being ourselves. Every single time when we are in a crowd of people in a society, all we are trying to do is to earn the approval of others. All we are trying to do is to people please. And in the end, who are we really? When a lot of times clearly this inner child is unhappy, is frustrated, is disappointed, but yet we say that we are happy. A lot of times this inner child is saying, I don't want to do this. And yet we are saying that we are going to do that to earn the approval of someone else. What have we done to ourselves? We are such an abusive parent to our inner child inside of us. And I think if we want to be a good parent, we have to first start by being a good parent to ourselves. By listening to this voice inside, acknowledging it, telling this inner child that I see you, that I hear you, that I acknowledge whatever that you are feeling, instead of what the world wants to hear from you, to be accepted, to say yes. Stop sending yourself into that slow death by rejecting yourself. Because God created us and our thumbprint and all our DNA to be different, that no one ever existed, ever has the same DNA as you, as me, as anyone else. Because that has been God's intention from the very beginning, that we are made to be uniquely ourselves, that we are supposed to express the voice inside of us, that God has put something in each of us to be who we are and to share to the world, not to conform, not to fit in. We are made to be different. We are made to be unique. Our voice is not meant to be hidden. Be a good parent to yourself.